What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my own new review of Married to Medicine. Forgive me, I know it's extremely late, but bear with me. So we pick up where we left off between Kieran and Eugene. Eugene just wants an apology of my bad. That joke was not funny to me and my wife. Kieran still stands on the fact that the joke was funny. He knew that it bothered them, but he thought it was funny. I mean, just like last week, if you guys were in a much better position, meaning Anila and Toya in a much better space, being friends, yes, the joke would have been extra funny. But Eugene don't find it funny. And yes, the entire storyline of Eugene and Toya constantly moving, their financials always in question. But I mean, they're able to move out, move in without any problems, still able to afford $1 million homes. But yes, what is it about you guys having to find a home, build a home, but move out 2 years later? That's an issue. I want y'all to stop doing that. And that's probably what's irritating Eugene, that I don't have to explain myself while I move. But at the same point in time, you are showing your life on camera. That's what we always want to question it about. And he probably was projecting on how he really feels inside. I mean, he is working extra shifts to make up director money. So yes, he is definitely stressed out, overworked, and is liable to blow up at any minute. But he just wanted an apology. And since Kieran did give one, but it wasn't what he wanted to hear, he said, okay, I accept this now. You lost the trust in me. And of course, Kieran is just being petty. How I'll be dull. I'll be the dullest MFer here. I won't say no joke. All he heard was MFer say, call me one more time. It wasn't towards you. It was towards himself. And he didn't receive the apology that he wanted. But here comes Damon giving the voice of reason using the biblical standpoint. How we can't point fingers at nobody. Almost all y'all wives have said something about me. And I have developed tough skin throughout the years. Something that you guys might have said or your wives might have said about me 5, 6, 7 years ago. It wouldn't mean nothing to me. But if you repeat what your wife said about me and I hear it from you, it's going to make me look at you differently. So basically, don't point fingers at somebody else's misfortune, because somebody can come right back and point out yours. Meaning, don't throw stones in glass houses. Nobody is exempt, because everybody else's wives have talked about everybody else's husband once or time or two while being on this show. So we got to be careful. Then they started throwing axes. It was supposed to release intention. It might have not. We'll see. Jackie. Jackie is preparing for lunch with Heavenly. Heavenly brought some sushi. Jackie don't like it. Jackie is all about having her plain chicken and salad, and hearing how she doesn't like this, doesn't like that. Simone comes in thinking she's going to have a one-on-one lunch with Jackie. Turns out it's an ambush. Jackie says this is the perfect way to ambush somebody. Get everybody else together at the same time. Simone looked straight at Jackie and said, what is this? I don't do this. What's going on here? Like, we were just working on the duo and you're about to bring back the trio. So she wants to get the Golden Girls back together. And it's like, how is it that us three can plan a trip when Heavenly isn't getting along with anybody? Come to find out, Heavenly is getting along with everybody. She was on her apology tour. She apologized to Toya. She apologized to Quad. She sent a text message to Contessa. Want to know what the text message was? I would love to know. And then wanting us to have fun. Let's all get away. Simone suggested Vegas. Let's have a good time. Let's wild out. Anila. Anila is surprising her husband with Domino's pizza and the kids, because apparently it's been so much where she didn't even think to cook. She just ordered a $7.99 carry out. And she also gifted him a big liter of bourbon. He's still on the clock, so I can't have this in my office. Nice gesture though. Last year, being that his business is elective surgery, eye surgery, people wants a little eye lift, move the crow's feet and everything, and COVID shut it down. So his business was on life support. But now everything is getting back to how it used to be before COVID, because he was the only one working. Then he wanted to know how was her day. Apparently her day has been hectic. Being a mom, trying to juggle, dealing with 2 kids, trying to carve out some time to do her blogging, and noticing that you see these kids are eating, they're eating pizza. Let me know how many times they have eaten pizza with Miss Gomez. Practically never. So since she hasn't been able to get enough balance or enough time to figure out how to put food on the table for her children, she's resorted to not $7.99 carry out. And it's like, wow, Anila, you got to the point where you cannot even figure out a schedule to feed your kids. You have to constantly order delivery. Listen, I am not, no means necessary, turning my nose up on a woman who doesn't cook, doesn't know how to cook, ordering takeout, because I do the same thing. I have all of what I can do when it comes to, depending on how my day is going to go, whether I'm going to have time to put food on the table. If I want to eliminate me standing in the kitchen fixing them something, oh yeah, I definitely order me a Domino's pizza once or twice, stop back in and out, but I don't do it often. There are times when I do catch myself doing it more than once, but I do tend to carve out enough time where my kids do get the taste of junk food, but they still get a home cooked meal most of the time. The fact that she is resorting to the point where she can't do anything at all and resorted to buying pizza, she has been feeding them kids. And how she can't get anything done. The kids are all up in her face, calling mommy, 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 and then it shows her, leave me alone. Oh my God, get away from me. I can't get anything done. I can't vlog. I can't get on FaceTime. And I'm just like, welcome to motherhood, Anila. As a mom, you're really not going to get a space or a time with yourself when you are a mother. The only time you're going to do that is when they are to the bed asleep and all night. That's when you have the free time to do it. But you can't get a free time every time if your kids are right there next to you and your kids are in school most of the time. You can have enough time throughout your day once your kids are in school to do something. And how she is really missing out on blogging. I need to get back to blogging. I'm getting all these emails. I'm getting invited to these things. I'm just so busy with the kids. I don't know what to do. I need help. Listen, being a mother is hard. There's no breaks. We don't get a reward. You have to work it how you work it. But Anila, the way that she is complaining, it doesn't look good on camera to me. Like she's really complaining while she is living in a over $3 million home. She has the means, the resources to figure out how to get help or how to use the help that she has to make it easy for her. Not to say that it wouldn't be hard if another woman was struggling where she was living a good financial standpoint and everything, but the way she's doing it, it doesn't sit well with me. And she wants to hurry up and find help, but of course, finding help means you have to trust the person to watch your kids. And they've also resourced her friends. She's asked anybody that she knows that will watch her kids, they said no. And now her last resort is her mother. And right now she wants to segue into inviting her mother to be a live-in nanny with her for a few weeks until they find somebody. Yes, you're not going to find somebody as good as Miss Gomez was, but Miss Gomez was your nanny. She wasn't a live-in grandmother for your children. She's not supposed to be a replacement mother for your children. She's supposed to help you finagle and navigate and balance what you're trying to do. And there are tons of people who do make blogging work and also still be mothers to their children. The way Anila is presented on camera, that she doesn't want to tap into being back into a mother. She doesn't want to. That's how it's coming off to me. That she is so focused on standing in front of a ring light, promoting a brand, promoting a product, then getting her kids ready for school, figuring out what to wear for school, getting them to school, feeding them. She's so focused on her life right now. Since she is blowing up, blogging, that's where her main focus is. And she's got to think about it. It's not about you anymore. It's about those children that you decided to have. It's giving me, she wished she didn't become a mother. Not to say that that's how she's coming, not to say that's what she wanted, but that's how she's saying it on camera. Camera is looking at this woman does not want to be a mother to her kids. She's looking for somebody to take care of them, looking for somebody to do her job for her, that she'll pay them to do it. So right now, her mother is her final option. Knowing that Kieran really ain't about to allow her mother to come inside the house, because when they were building their home, her mom had a whole lot to say. When it was their house, she still had her 2 cents in. And for a few weeks, for a trial run, until they could find somebody, that's going to be a long trial run. He's going to need to drink that whole bottle of bourbon through a straw, because he's going to be completely stressed out more than he already is. But Anila, I'm just saying, girl, please be careful, because the way you're coming off on TV is not looking good. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to move on. Contessa. Contessa has her trainer come by in this bright cotton candy suit, so tight, to go over her diet plan. It is not a suggestion. It is a mandatory diet plan that she must abide by, because she has a competition coming up in 6 months. And the main thing is for her to keep at it. Do not forego. Do not scale off. Stay firm and true to this diet. And of course, that's hard for Contessa. Contessa loves sweets. That's her weakness. And letting him know I will be going to Vegas soon. And Vegas is a ton of temptation everywhere. There's a whole lot of eateries, a lot of 24-hour diners. I'm going to want to eat. He said it'll be easy for you to still eat the way you should eat before you go. But I would just wait until I come back. I will wait until I come back from vacation to start my diet. I will not, at any point in time, wait until Vegas to start my diet. I wouldn't do it. I'll just wait. This is my final cheat day. This is my final day of letting everything go, eat how I want to eat. So now mentioning, where she's at in her body, what muscles she needs to gain, where she needs to tone up at as far as eating healthy. The trainer has to touch her, so he has a measuring tape. Then we see Layla. Her youngest daughter comes in. She's already got a mean mug on her face. And just like last couple of weeks ago, when he was measuring her, how he can get her in shape in 3 months, she's already saying, don't be touching him in front of my daddy. Layla got an attitude. While people might think it's cute, Contessa, that's not cute. I get your daughter is vocal. She says what she says, mean what she says. She's going to have to reel that in front of company because that's not going to be good. It's like, for what we can already tell, Scott must have expressed how he doesn't like the trainer in front of the kids, and Layla has no problem expressing that. And the reason why she's mostly mad at him was because he threw away her Halloween candy. Not the mama's candy, her candy. So she's been mad at him ever since. And now she's making bite noises, trying to grab at his, bite at his hand. I'm like, girl, that's not cute. Contessa, please don't teach your daughter to act that way in front of company, especially towards adults, because that's not cute. Fix that, okay? Now, I'm understanding having your kids be vocal, but they're going to have to know how to be respectful to adults. She is definitely feeling the energy that her father has been saying around the house when it comes to Contessa training, and vice versa, how Contessa might have been complaining about Scott in front of the kids. Y'all going to have to be careful of that. Be careful. Heavenly. So Heavenly's getting ready for Vegas. She also invited her new friend Audrey, who we met at Anita's party. She's a real estate attorney, and she's all about having a good time. And she's drama-free. The good thing about it is what's going on, and I've also heard you've been getting into other people's marriages. What's that about? So she tells her about the intervention. And she never thought it would be Contessa who would do this to her. I thought Contessa was my friend. For her to go this route, for her to bring up my adversaries in front of me. But I have been trying to find a way to apologize to her. And however she wants to move forward with me, I will follow her lead. So it's the day of the Vegas trip. The first girls was to arrive was the Golden Girls. And everybody was looking cute at the airport. Jackie told them they were only able to get 7 rooms. So Jackie made a plan in mind for her and Simone to share a room. And told Heavenly, since you are experiencing menopause, you like the room to be cold. We can't be freezing. So that was her reason why Heavenly is in a room by herself. But we all know the real reason why Jackie is rooming with Simone. Because Simone and Jackie do have a history of a friendship that they still are rebuilding. So we're going to have to make certain that Simone does get a little bit more of catering, a little bit more of importance, because that's a friendship that Jackie really needs to mend and really needs to keep it going. She can't keep on putting them in the same boat because they're not in the same boat. While she has known Heavenly for the last few years, she does know Simone longer. So I have to pretty much cater to how she's feeling in this moment. And I don't know why Jackie wouldn't be a buck and just kept it a buck and say, you know what, Heavenly, you my girl and all, but I got to keep Simone happy for a little bit until we can all come together. We can all be cool with one another. That's why. So they arrive in Vegas. Of course, they're ready to drink. They're ready to turn up. Jackie wants them to be hydrated. Make sure you guys drink some water, okay? Then we arrive at Jackie's presidential suite. It's a beautiful suite. And Heavenly's already upset because, first of all, you didn't tell me. I thought y'all was sharing a room. You didn't say you had this big room where you guys each have your own separate rooms. Yes. So Heavenly is following Jackie and Simone all over the room. She wants to share a room. Then she runs after Simone in her room, saying, we can share this room tonight. We can share this room tonight. And Simone is kind of like, girl, we don't know. We're not good with each other like that for us to share a room. What you mean? I ain't never been in a presidential suite before. I've been over there in Circus. But like Simone said, she can hug me, give me all the loves that she wants. It's fake. I'm not with it because she's not getting my room. I am so happy that Simone keeps the buck of where she stands with Heavenly. I could be cool with this girl, but I'm not trusting this girl with nothing. It is what it is, okay? So right now, Contessa is doing her diet, but she's complaining. She's counting her calories, counting how many points these mashed potatoes are in. I was like, girl, you just said you were going to stay quiet, abide by the diet, and not make it a big deal. You're making it a big deal by counting how many bites you're taking, how many calories this is, how many points this is. Like, girl. Then, of course, Anila wanted to play the game of Never Have I Ever. So Contessa said, okay, we're going to play a game, but this game is about never have I ever. There are some people here who don't be transparent, who don't be honest. Everybody was like, who are you talking about? They don't be transparent, don't be honest. Let's go around the list. While Heavenly is honest about other people's stuff, not about hers. Toya is honest all through and through. Contessa might finagle and stretch the truth a little bit. Simone is honest. Contessa, you're not honest. Anila don't even know what she could be honest about. Why is Carrie there? Carrie is just always there. Jackie. Jackie would act as if she's honest. So who are you talking about that be transparent, don't be honest? So who are you talking about? And for Heavenly, she's kind of like, who is she talking about? And Heavenly's really on her best behavior. She's being extremely quiet about this. She's not saying nothing. So, okay, so we're going to play this game. And then it got to Jackie. Is Jackie drinking? And Toya says, why do we always got to make special privileges for you? Now, we know Jackie doesn't drink. But, of course, since this is a game that if you drink, you didn't drink, you have it. It wasn't that big of a deal. But I feel like maybe Toya is trying to paint out that Jackie does think rules don't apply to her sometimes. But she wants everybody else to abide by her rules. So that's why maybe Toya is saying that. It wasn't that big of a deal. She was drinking. She was drinking a ginger beer, a soda, or water. It didn't matter. It was the game, and she was still down to play. Toya made a comment that Audrey wasn't a good attorney, but we don't know that. We do not know that to be a fact. We don't know that to be true. We just are now seeing Audrey in this situation. So they go back and forth, and it's like it wasn't that deep. But Jackie admitted that she kind of does get special privileges, and that's what Toya was calling her out on. But the whole drinking thing, it wasn't that serious. Just abide by the fact that Jackie is still playing the game. Do not make it obvious that she's not consuming alcohol, Toya. Come on, Toya, don't start that now, okay? So we're going to keep moving from there. So the first comment was, if you done it, drink. If you haven't done it, don't drink. The first drink was, never have I ever beat my kid's ass. You know, I never spare that rod. I think Simone said yes, and I think Contessa said yes, which is, you know, the norm. I ain't got no problem when it comes down to parents disciplining their children, but yes, there is a level of where disciplining could be abuse, but I have no problem when it comes to whooping children. I really don't. The next one was, never have I ever had a threesome. Contessa said not yet, but proceeds to drink. And it's like, Contessa, didn't you say a couple of years ago you went to a swingers club on accident? And Toya, I was waiting for you to say you had a threesome, because I know your freaky self as well. I was waiting for Toya. And then the another one's, never have I ever did 69. Everybody took a drink except Jackie. And then Jackie got confused of the rules and started to drink. If you done it, take a drink. If you haven't done it, don't drink. Then she makes a comment that it wouldn't have worked because Curtis is over 6 feet tall. It wouldn't have made it, the height difference. And Heaven was like, she had never had a piece in her mouth. That's why. She had never had a little thing in her mouth before. So she lying. And Jackie is so prude to me. I don't even think she would do that. I don't even think Curtis would go down. I don't know. I just feel like their whole sex thing, it looks robotic. It doesn't look interesting at all. I don't know. But whatever. Never have I ever had bad credit. That was instantly towards Toya. And I was waiting for Toya to say something or make a face or come back with something. But Contessa came out and said when she was in college, she had her car repossessed. She completely forgot that she's supposed to pay the note off. I forgot. I was in college. I was living my life. I completely forgot you were supposed to pay the car note every month. I said, okay, thank you, Contessa, for the save, because I knew everybody was going to direct that towards Toya with the bad credit. Never have I ever cheated on a boyfriend. Everybody took a sip except for Jackie. Then we get to a conversation about dick pics and vagina pics. Jackie gets them all the time. Contessa gets them for both women and men. Quad hates dick pics. The amount of times she's seen them, she don't like it. Her and dick pics does not mesh. And I don't get to know anybody unless I know you from that picture. But at the same point in time, I am not swooned by a pic. I'm not, okay? And they pretty much just ate a little bit before they got to the big dinner later on that night. But that was pretty much the end of the episode. It ended with that. More between Toya and Audrey is going to take effect next week. And then we're going to get to a bigger argument between Heavenly and Contessa. it's gonna be like, wow, y'all really could not wait. But this is what's supposed to happen. Heavenly wanted to use this trip to have a conversation with Contessa and apologize to her. But it might not work in her favor, because usually when it comes down to them taking little trips like this, it goes awry. Drama spews out. But y'all, that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye bye.